Hey friends, this is Emily with burlapkitchen.com, where I'm all about simplicity. Today we're going to be working with a men's dress shirt that I got at Goodwill. We're going to use some ribbon, a dowel rod, and this tree limb that actually came from my parents' yard. I had my husband cut it down, and now I am just going to drill a hole in the center of it. And my drill bit's actually a little bit too small for the dowel rod, so I just had to kind of twist the drill around to get it to fit the way that I wanted it to. Now I'm going to take some antique wax and I am going to paint the dowel rod. And the way that I like to do this is I like to paint it and then take a old rag and wipe it off. So I get lots of questions about the antique wax. You can get that at just about any craft store, or you can get it at Walmart and with the craft paints. So now I'm going to go ahead and start working with this shirt. I like to just kind of cut the back out. It gives me a nice square piece to work with. I already used this piece for another project, so that's why the bottom's a little wonky looking down there. But it doesn't matter. So we're going to go ahead and cut a half heart shape. Now what I would recommend doing, I kind of screwed this up a little bit. It would have been easier if I would have laid two pieces of fabric over top of them. That way I was cutting two hearts out at once. So that would be a lot easier. I'm telling you guys that way when you go to do yours, you don't have to struggle like I did with this. So now I'm laying this on top. Like I said, you won't have to do this if you do it the way that I just said. And I'm going to cut the second heart out. And doing it the other way will also make sure everything's nice and even, unlike mine where I had to keep cutting. Okay, so now I'm going to line them up and I am going to start hot gluing around the heart. And what we're going to do, see, I had a lot of trimming to do because of that. So we're going to keep on hot gluing here around the rim of the heart. And we are going to leave a small section down at the bottom where we're going to stuff it with some polyfill here in a second. So my polyfill is brown. I always get questions about that. The reason it's brown is because it's an old pillow that I just took the stuffing out of. So be creative. You don't have to run to the store and grab a bunch of polyfill. Just look around your house and see if there's something you're not using. So I'm just going to stuff this heart with polyfill. You don't want it overstuffed or your glue will come out. Just sort of stuff it till it looks good. And then I'm going to take my dowel rod and just stick it up the center of the heart, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue it shut. And just glue, that's just going to glue that dowel rod right in place there. I have this ribbon, and I actually think I paid like 29 cents for it. I want to say it came from Hobby Lobby, and I absolutely love it. So I am going to glue that around the edges of the heart. That's just going to give it a nice clean look. And if you're somebody who sews, you could absolutely sew this project rather than hot gluing. I do not know how to sew, and I'm not very good at it, so I choose to hot glue. So I'm just going to bring this down here to the bottom, and you want to start and end at the same place down at the bottom, because we're going to hide all that, the yucky part there where they both meet here in a second. So my tree limb needed a little more drilling, so I just fixed that up a little bit, and I'm going to add a bunch of hot glue in the center, and then I'm going to stick my dowel rod down through there and just hold it in place until it sticks. And I had some, you can't really see it well here, but there was some hot glue bubbling up over, so I'm just going to take some Spanish moss and hot glue it around the base to just sort of cover that up and give a nice clean look. Okay, at the beginning of this video I showed some red ribbon. I actually decided I didn't like the way that looked with this project, so I went for some red raffia that I have. I believe you can get this at the Dollar Tree, so if you can and you know where you can find this, please let me know in the comments so other people know too. And I just made a real simple bow out of the raffia and hot glued it there at the bottom of the heart where both those pieces of ribbon met, and it was kind of not very nice looking. So that sort of just covered that little mess up. And that is it, guys. Please don't forget to sprinkle this video. That truly helps me out. For more great ideas just like this one, please visit burlapkitchen.com. Thank you.